Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, August 25th. It is the last Monday in August. Can you believe summer's really kind of gone? We say after Labor Day, fall is here. Technically on the calendar, it's not till like September 21st, but kids are back in school. The weather has changed here in Illinois. Today was a high of like 70. It was beautiful. I got to open windows. You could be outside. It was chilly in the morning, which I love those feelings of fall. They are just fabulous. We are camping this coming weekend. This past weekend was just a weekend at home to kind of get caught up. And I posted on Facebook yesterday. Hubby decided that I should be Becky Homecki yesterday, and he had picked a bunch of tomatoes out of our garden, or out of his garden. And so we decided we were going to try to make some spaghetti sauce, or as some of the girls I work with, hi Chris, say gravy. To me, it's spaghetti sauce. We worked for hours. Obviously, it's not work. Once you get the tomatoes all processed, it's just waiting for it to cook down. But it took forever. But we got 2.5 pint jars of spaghetti sauce. So we are anxious to try it. I tasted it, of course, and it tasted good. So I'm anxious to actually try it. We are going to use it on homemade pizza this weekend. So hopefully that goes well. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. So I got caught up on a couple more paper pumpkins. I was so far behind, and you guys are awesome on your patience on that. I am going to hopefully be working on, Chris, I agree. Gravy is what I'm having tonight with the roast and potatoes and carrots that I put in the crock pot today. Those parts of retirement I am absolutely loving. All of a sudden in the middle of the day, I can go, oh, let's do this, instead of going, okay, well, I got nothing out of the freezer, so let's do something fast food again. Mary Ellen, good. I'm glad you're loving getting those packages. I'm hoping to get to August this week. It may not be till next week. I've got a couple other things, but I have to get ready for Coffee, Cocoa, and Cards Wednesday night. I have a couple of fun things planned for that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to make some cookies for that. For those of you coming in person, those who have kits in the mail, I'm sorry. Roseanne, yep, it depends on what part of Italy you're from. And that's two of the girls that I worked with. They called it gravy. Their backgrounds are Italian, or husbands, or whatever. So, okay, we're coming to the end of August. That means our in-color sale is almost done. You have until next Sunday to get in on that and save 15%. That includes a couple of the new kits that were released at the beginning of the month. The adorable birthday card one that came out maybe last month. I don't think that was this month. Hi, Margie. Paper pumpkin refill from... and I'm trying to think which one it is. Sweeter With You, maybe? There's a couple of them that are in the in-color sale. So 15% off. So it's a great time to stock up on some of the card stock. Get the ink refills if you didn't. Announcement from last week is they are discontinuing the Stampin' Write markers. I think that was on Tuesday last week that was announced. So I didn't get to tell you that Monday night. Birthday Fancy, and it is a fabulous kit. Chris, did you get your cards all made? Hi, Tina. So Stampin' Write markers are discontinuing. They are on the last chance list right now. They are not discounted, but when they're gone, they're gone. So if you need some replacements, it's a great time to get those before they're gone. Rubber stamps, the red rubber is discontinuing beginning in November. It'll kind of carry over through the current annual catalog, but anything new coming out beginning in November will be photopolymer only, which I am kind of excited about. I do like the photopolymer. I thought we would never see red rubber go away, but I do like stamping better with the clear ones. Yeah, that is a fabulous kit. Okay, let's see. If you have not done your August card sketch challenge, you have 1 week left. It has to be posted by Sunday, actually just under 1 week. So far we have, and I just wrote it down, where did I set it? 12 participants. Yes, so far we have 12 participants. So let's get some more. Let's see if we can't hit 20. All you have to do is make a card using my template that I shared on August 4th, and post or email it to me, message it to me so that I can post it for you. So let's see how many we can get. All right, I'm going to get you up live over here so that I can kind of be following. Okay, there we are. I got a wing in my hair here today. Goodness gracious. Okay. Somebody just said, yeah, like the clear ones better. Yay, Annie got her catalog today. They went out quick this time. I had somebody else in Schaumburg area tell me they got theirs today. So they went to the post office last Thursday. So you should be receiving them sometime this week so that you are ready to go next Wednesday, September 3rd, when it goes live. Okay, I posted September classes. I am bringing back my designer paper class in the mail, but this time I'm going to add a little Zoom. It's going to be a short because I have not paid, so it'll be the free Zoom version. So it's like a 45-minute, just a quick how-to on the 6 cards that you will have kits for in that class. And then we'll have a little time to chit-chat with questions or whatever, see how it goes if we continue to offer that. In this class, we will be using the Gathering Together designer paper and the Autumn Toile, which are in the holiday mini catalog and the September online exclusives. You will also get coordinating cardstocks to go with that. You will get 2 surprise embellishments, the Zoom session and the photo PDF tutorial, so that you'll have directions on how to assemble the cards. I am using the Gathering Moments bundle. If you would like to add that to your order, I'm giving a little bit of an extra discount on that. Let's see, Coffee, Cocoa, and Cards. September, we begin Christmas cards. I know we did some in July, but we start now focusing in September. September, October, and November. By the end of those 3 months, you will have 30 cards ready to go in the mail by December 1st. Okay, and reminder that next week is your final day to register for Fall Fest, which is Saturday, October 4th, in person here in Woodstock at Marion Central, or you can do a kit in the mail, and then those will go out in the mail on the, what would be 4th, 5th, October 6th, okay? Watch for Spooky and Sweet Halloween Surprises kit. I'll be posting that probably next week. Okay, let's get this out of my way. Okay, ready to go. Okay, I'm showing you one card tonight. I posted and I go, what do you want to see? Cheryl DeSico said, let's do a fun fold. Okay, so we're moving into the fall season. So we are going to use, okay. Oh, I forgot to do my drawing. Now, where did I put that piece of paper? Remember, comments, likes, shares, all of the support. Every week I do 2 drawings. This week I did 4 drawings. Okay, oops, adding effects using hand gestures. So popped up on my screen. I'm like, yikes, I don't need hand gestures. So the participants in last week's comment shares will receive a card kit from tonight's card. The winners are Annie Rita, Margie Letterer, Donna Malin, and Mary Ellen Walton. So watch for a package in the mail with a kit to be able to make tonight's card. Okay, so we are using, and I'm going to share some other new products with you later because I have some extra cards to show you. All right, so we are going to switch this down. Let's get my screen set up here. Okay, let's bring this closer. All right, and this needs to come down. Okay, coming back up. And we have the Autumn Toile Designer Paper. We are using that on tonight's card. Okay, and I think I showed this to you last week. This is really cool paper. One side is a little busier, and it's pretty. It's definitely fall. Thanks, somebody liked my striped shirt. And it's definitely fall. This one is my favorite of these prints, but I really, really, really love the back prints. I think these are great. They're just complementary color designs. There are 4 prints, I thought. Okay. 1, 2, yeah, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is what I used on tonight's card. I'm going to share another one with you that I just got also later, but first we're going to do the card. And I'm sorry, that ring is right in the vision here, but hopefully that will go away. Okay, I am also using the Amber Autumn stamp set. Okay. I goofed. Do you guys ever do this? I ordered just the stamp set when I wanted the dies to cut these out. So I had to fussy cut them out for my card. But it's a pretty cool set. It's got some great simple greetings. You're simply the best. Could be a happy birthday. Thanks. Grateful for you. Blessed to have you in my life. Autumn wishes could both be for birthdays also. So it's pretty cool. All right. We have got to try something different on that because that's just driving me nuts. Okay, so if you were on Facebook about a half hour ago, I shared, what are we going to make? I have all these pieces, right? Okay, so I'm going to keep those pieces over there for right now. Okay, I have lots of designer paper. I have gray granite and early espresso. And my board is rocking. Okay, so the card base, this is a fun fold. The card base is 5.5 by 8. Okay, I'm going to bring my paper cutter in, paper trimmer. I've already scored it at 2 inches and 6 inches. So it's 2 inches from each side. Okay, get the cutting blade out of the way. Now we're going to turn it so that the 5.5 inch edge is at the top. And I am going to line it up at 1.25 inches. And I know you can't see, I have to use it from the bottom. Okay. And we are going to cut this center section in between these score lines. Okay. So we're at 1.25. We're going to start from the score line. We're going to go down to the score line. And I know you can't see this very well that way, but now you can see I've got a little cut in there. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side at 1.25 between the score lines. Okay, so right now, this is what we have. Now we're going to turn it back to the 8 inch at the top. And we're going to line it up at 3 inches, okay? And we're going to score between the cut lines. I find it easier to take my scoring tool stylus on this. And again, we're going to go from the cut line to the cut line. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to line it up at 3 inches. And we're going to score it between the cut lines. Okay? So you can see that. Then we're going to line it up at 4 inches on the right side. And we're going to score it right on the top and bottom. So from the top edge to the cut line. And then from the cut line to the bottom edge. And that's it. Looks kind of weird, right? Okay, let's get this out of the way. Oh, I forgot my bone folder. All right, then you want to make sure that you are burnishing it really well. So on these outside score lines, all right, Linda, how about simply score once you cut the lines, except you're not going all the way, so it's hard to line it up. I like doing it in the paper trimmer. You can do it whichever way works better for you, but in the simply score, I have a hard time with it when it's not right at the edge. This one would be okay, and then you can flip it over and do this one, but these in between I find difficult. All right, and I'm scoring it I'm folding it both ways just to get it to break down a little bit more, okay? So I folded those two outside ones in. Now you have these two center ones, which kind of automatically fold, and then it forces that one. So here's your fold. And then I'm just going to go over all of it really, really well. Whoops. Keeping it all in place. And honestly, it helps this also to go both directions. Okay, now the card goes like this. Okay? And yeah, Cheryl, it looks a little more complicated than what it really is. And from the top, and you're getting really close on that, but there's how our card stands up. That's all there is to the base of the card. Now we have lots of layers, okay? So I have, and I'm trying to see if I have all of the pieces here. We'll start with the big ones. I have two pieces that are 1 7/8 by 5 3/8. And then I have coordinating designer paper that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to adhere this onto that. I do love fun folds too, Tammy. This is a really fun. I saw this, I've seen it before. I think Susan Camfield is a great one who has done this. I saw one today by Sally Poole, I think was her name. And when I saw Sally's and I saw Cheryl's post of how about a fun fold, and it was like, perfect. I do have a new watch band. I couldn't stand the other one, and it was turning my arm green. So I did get a new one. Good job, Cheryl. Okay. So again, we have two of these pieces, 1 7/8 by 5 3/8. And then the designer paper is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, well, that one's not quite straight, but it'll work. Okay. I'm adhering these to the outside edges of our card base, which again was 5 1/2 by 8. Okay, so there's the start of our card. Then I have 4 pieces that are 1 1/8 by 1 7/8. And I have coordinating designer paper that is 1 inch by 1 3/4 inch. Okay, so we're going to do these next. I used the same designer paper going the same direction. Hi, Nancy. Okay, and these are going to go in the top and bottom spaces like that. Okay. Yay. I forgot about that, Annie, that you got that in with your catalog. That was perfect. So yes, anyone who is looking for ideas to send to your family, I do gift cards so that you can get some fun stamping things. Just let me know. I'll put it in a pretty card. I'll pop it in the mail. It's a lovely little surprise. Your gift cards can be used on classes, can be used on product, can be used towards like Fall Fest, towards my retreats. It's awesome. Okay, so again, 4 pieces to go in the top and bottoms. I used early Espresso Base, and then like I said, Great Granite for my layers. And it is a tiny one, but I didn't want a huge amount. It could have done a little bit more, but a little bit bigger. Okay, so again, there's our card. Look at how cool that is. So it'll go into the envelope like this, but then it will stand to show off. Okay, now these little side panels here, I have 2 pieces of gray granite that are 7/8 of an inch by 2 7/8. And then I'm using a different piece of designer paper across here. Okay, so these are 3/4 by 2 3/4. Sorry. Hi, Becky. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we are going to adhere this onto here. Thank you so very much for that like and share. Appreciate it. Okay, then that's going to go over here. And then we have one more. And that's going to go on the opposite side. Okay. All right. Now I have one more to go in the center part. And this one is 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then the designer paper is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And yes, I will post all of this. And that's going to go right in the center. Okay. How fun is that? Again, it'll fold up. It'll fit right into the envelope. All right. Now we need a focus point in here. Okay. So again, I used the Amber Autumn stamp set. On this card, I used the pumpkins. So I stamped them in Memento on basic white. And then I colored it with Stampin' Blends. And then, like I said, I don't have the dies yet. I will be ordering them. So I fussy cut around. Now, that means I cut off part of this. I cut off part of this. And I ended up with this. Okay. So I used pumpkin pie, Cajun craze, darling duckling, pecan pie, mossy meadow. I think that's it. Okay. Oh, a little bit of crumb cake for the little corn husks. Okay. So that's going to go on here. And I didn't want to add, I really wanted to add dimensionals, but we're all finding, and I know Nancy mentioned to me last week that one of the cards that she mailed, the post office said was a package. And so it ended up costing her $6 to mail. It was a special card, but still. So I didn't add any dimensionals to this because I wanted to keep it as flat as possible because it's already got bulk here. Okay. So we are going to, and you know what? I want my green glue on this because I want to be able to shift it around a little bit if I need to. Okay. So I am going to, aren't they just the prettiest? Okay. I'm going to go right down kind of the middle. I'm not going to go onto the sides because I will have a little bit of hangover. Not drinking hangover. I guess that's not too bad. I could have done a little bit more, but I can always tuck some more underneath there if I need to. Okay, so look at how gorgeous that is. Okay, then I took the stamp set and I used the Grateful for You because it was a thin one. I stamped it on basic white with early espresso ink, and I cut it so that it was only about 1/4 of an inch. This stamp, I actually had a hard time, so I stamped it first and then I cut it so that I could get it really close to the edges. And then I trimmed at an angle, mounted it on a piece of 3/8 inch early espresso, and we are going to adhere that right here so that we're going to have to go up a little higher because we can't go over the edge. We can go over a little bit because this is 4 inches wide. Yep. Okay. So we're going to put it kind of right in that area. Yeah. Dimensionals are normally okay, Patricia, but they have been kind of a pistol lately. I haven't had, at least as far as I know. So if you've received a card from me and you've had to pay extra for it, please let me know so that I can make sure. It really kind of killed me to not put dimensionals on this card. But again, there's already enough thickness that I think we're better off that way. All right, I am going to sneak a little bit of glue underneath there. And no, I think that one's going to be okay. All right, look at how pretty that is. And it will stand, you can't see it very well, but it will stand up on display. So pretty. Then in this little back section, you can put a piece so that you can sign your name. Now we could, and here's where we're going to decide. We could just do it with the gray granite, or we could double mat it like we did the rest of it and put it like this. What do you think? Which way do you think we should do it? Okay, you guys give me an idea. Okay, watching to see. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one on. And then you guys tell me, should I add the white one? Should I just leave the gray granite, which is still light enough to be able to write on and see? Double mat. Yeah, and I love you guys. You are right after my soul, right? Okay, so don't forget to be leaving comments. Tell me what you like. Okay, double mat, double mat, double mat. Okay, just kind of finishes the card off, doesn't it? Okay, now let's close this up again. I did not go back through my embellishments to see what I had for a flat embellishment on this one. And you could even do it this way so that it kind of spreads the bulk out a little bit too. But to me, this particular card doesn't really need any more embellishments on it. I think this stays as the main focus. Okay. All right. You like that? Kind of fun. Okay, you want to see some more? Because when I started, I just couldn't stop. This was actually my last one. So first, I started with the Spooky Sweets Halloween Suite. What are butterfly stamps? Uh-oh, I don't know. That must be somebody's comment. Annette, I'll look at that later and respond back on that. Okay, so I started out with the Halloween, the Spooky Suite bundle, which is the designer paper, and then the greeting. I die cut out some bats and added that. And then I added some bats on the back part here. So that's fun. Then I went to fall, but I used the Gathering Together or Gathering Moments bundle. So I used this designer paper again, but I used different prints. And I used the acorn and leaves this time. Again, I used the Grateful for You. This one is early espresso and basic beige. Okay. Oh, the butterfly stamps, those. They do work for the thickness ones. They are a little bit. I think they're like $1.27. But this particular card that we had made had magnets on it, and so it made it too thick. It wouldn't fit through, and so yeah, it was just a hoot and a half. Okay, this one I just left the back plain because then you can write in there. But how pretty is that? I absolutely love. Now, reminder that this is one of the designer papers that is part of the designer paper class. Okay. Then I went to Christmas. Okay, and I forgot. Let's see, we did that. Then I went to Christmas, and it's like, okay, what to use? I mean, there's so many. So I pulled the new Traditions of Christmas designer paper, and that's where I started. And I went, okay, what should we do? So we've got these fun, again, one side is very elegant with lots of gold and lots of flowers, okay? It's not my thing, but the other side is gorgeous. So we've got plaids, red and green and blue plaids. We did that one. We did that one. I did have a fun afternoon. We have Secret Sea, which is so much fun. We have another Old Olive, fun stripe, and another Secret Sea. So this paper is awesome. So that's where I started. Then I was trying to decide on a stamp set, and I just got homemade treats with all these little fun baking things. Does it make you ready to make some cookies? Check this out. There's a cookie sheet. There's an oven mitt, a cookie decorating, a rolling pin. This is a perfect set for my sister-in-law. The cookies, now you have the stamped images, but I love when there's two of each one. Okay, makes it die cutting so much faster. The pieces are small, but they're not teeny, teeny, tiny. Okay, so I decided I was pulling this set in, but then the greetings were a little bit big. So then I went digging to see, okay, what else can I use? And we have another new product coming out. It's in the holiday mini catalog. Greetings for You Mix and Match ephemera pack. Okay, check this out. There are two different, now let me double check. I think I'm correct. 1, 2, oh, no. There are 3 sheets. There are 2 of each sheet in the package. Okay, they are quite thick because they're actually stickers. Okay, look at how fun. There are 3 tis the season in here. 3 Happy Christmas between all of them. But on the back, they're all kind of split. They're stickers, but they're nice, heavy stickers. Okay, and Katie says, I want to see the card. Do you do lots of baking? Well, I used to do lots of baking, Patty, but I have not had time. So yes, I'm looking forward to doing baking this year, and you just wait till you see packaging things. It will be starting with the Halloween treats, but I will definitely be doing some Christmas things also. Okay, you ready? Here comes. Look at how cute that is. We have our little gingerbread guys. Then this one, I was looking for some embellishments. So traditional sparkling sequins. They are flat. So it's just like little hole punch that has adhesive on the back with gold and red and green and blue in 1, 2, 3 different sizes on all of the colors. So I was able to add those on. They kind of look like gumdrops, but the stamp set even has, I couldn't work it in on this particular card, but there's even sprinkles. There's dough that is die cut out. It's like, oh my goodness. And I heard somebody say, you're right, that does kind of, it's a little bit of a creepy ghost, but so many fun things. And then on the back, I added some of the sparkles back there also. So there you go. We covered all the seasons. All right, let's see if I can back this up a little bit so that I can try to fit these on here. Isn't that just so cute? Okay, and I'm not getting all of them. Okay, there we go. All right, so Annie, Margie, Donna, and Mary Ellen, I will cut a kit of tonight's card for you. It won't have the stamped image, so you will have to put your own on there. Or next Wednesday, you can order the Amber Autumn bundle, or you can get just a stamp set and fussy cut, but you could do either the leaves or the pumpkins, or use something that you already have. I will have a tutorial. I will have kits for all 3 cards. If anyone is interested, it will be free with a $50 order this week. I have a little goal I'm trying to hit this week. So you will get pieces for all 3 cards with a $50 order, or $15 for the kit without an order. Okay? All right. I think that's it for this week, and I didn't do too bad for time over. Again, I will be posting the measurements of this, but if you would like a kit so that your pieces are all cut and all you have to do is assemble and stamp, let me know and I will put them together. Okay? And I will respond back to comments this week. Last week was still a little bit crazy. But later tonight, I'll get back on and respond back. But I'm seeing comments that it looks like retirement is good for me. It has been. I've been able to get some extra sleep, which has helped life in general. But yes, I am very much enjoying being able to play and have fun stamping. Okay? You guys have a great week, and I will see you. Oh, I won't see you next Monday. It is Labor Day. And like I said, we're going camping. So I don't know what time we'll be back Monday night. So I'm not going to focus on this for Monday, but I will figure out, and maybe I'll do a live Tuesday night next week. Okay? Everybody have a fabulous week and a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Bye.